This is our exploratory urban growth simulation application. So what you see here is the land use results, and we can go in here and we can probe the data with a number of selections, both free form, such as selecting along an interstate like this, and predefined regions, such as selecting city boundaries and county boundaries. And whenever we define one of these regions of interest, we get this associated probe interface that shows us some visualizations that reflect just what's going on in those regions. Now, to show off the MAUP overview panel, what I can do is I can load up all of the voting districts within this county, and each of those will get its own probe interface. We can put those all together into a single comparison interface, and then what you see up in the top corner here is that there's a flashing alert icon on the toolbar showing us that it's detected some outliers in some of the dimensions. So we can click on that and we can see what dimensions it has detected these outliers in. So we see that this region down here has a relatively low population compared to the other regions. This region over here has relatively high age. This one has a lot more road density. This one up here is much larger in area than all the other dimensions. And it also contains more water up here in the top corner. So perhaps if we were interested in changing that amount of water, we could just select the water dimension, go to Balance Selected Dimensions. We can then drag a cluster around the existing dimensions that we want to keep, and then any of these regions, such as that one, that are outside of that cluster, we can then adjust those in with these semi-automatic tools. So I'm just going to click Remove Area, and then if you watch this region up here, you'll see that the region is then shrunken to remove a lot of the water, and now you can see that the distribution shows that region has moved within the desired cluster range. Likewise, you can do the reverse of this operation. So here I'm going to select two cities. Now when I put these in a comparison interface, maybe I wanted to use this specific visualization to compare them. You can see that this region down here has a lot more water inside of its predefined boundary, and that might throw off the comparison in the ratios of undeveloped to developed area in each of these regions. So we might want to go into the MAUP adjustment panel to adjust this. So I'm going to click water. I'm going to tell it to actually adjust the region with less water up so that it has the same amount of water. And what you'll see is the region here grows out into the water surrounding it, and now when we go back to our visualizations, each of these regions have the same amount of water inside of them.